God gave you fats with proteins because he wanted to slow down your digestion enough for you to digest the freaking proteins that are going to become neurotransmitters. It's going to help with enzymes. It has to have fat. God didn't give you the freaking egg white and the egg yolk so you can fucking separate it. What really works? I'm going to summarize everything. You only need about 15 grams of carbohydrates before a workout. No, you don't need 100. You don't need 5 million pounds of freaking carbohydrates. Try it. Okay, let's suppose that I make you do 10 sets of 10, 4-1-1 tempo, resting 10 seconds between freaking sets. Well, if I calculate, let's suppose that you weigh, like JL, 350 pounds. Okay? And when you weigh that much, right, I'm going to make that you burn 100% carbohydrate. JL being 350 pounds, you're going to burn about 400 calories, not 2,000. When you get on the bike and you buy your Lifetime Fitness and I did an hour, I burn 4,000 calories. Bullshit. That is a lie. Don't believe that. I don't believe in calories anyway. But I want to tell you this. You need only about 15 grams of carbohydrates before you work out. That will do it. You know what? You know the best pre-workout, believe it or not? Buy raw honey, take 2 tablespoons, put one in your mouth for 34 seconds, okay? Because amylase says to work, hold it there, swallow it. Then take another spoon, swallow it again, and you're done. You will have enough carbohydrates for a 1-hour session in Arizona under Buddy Morris. Okay? Protein is more dependent. It depends on the source, complete versus amino acids, fats, and timing. Absolutely. The question is when to consume it. Don't consume fats before a workout because they slow your digestion. And that brings me to another point. What in life has proteins without fats? Do you guys know? Nothing. Well, who said freaking cheese out here? No. Nothing exists. God gave you fats with proteins because he wanted to slow down your digestion enough for you to digest the freaking proteins that are going to become neurotransmitters. It's going to help with enzymes. It has to have fat. God didn't give you the freaking egg white and the egg yolk so you can fucking separate it. He put it together for a reason. Okay? Okay, I know you guys don't believe me, but it is true. Okay? Okay, diet is dependent on race, sex, economics, goals, disease, season, location, genetics, age, and religion. Race, why? Did you tell a Japanese person not to eat rice? I have a lot of Japanese people. They tell me, screw you. So I have to take that into consideration. Sex, when you tell a woman that they can eat fat, what do they tell you? Oh, hell no, I'm going to gain fat. You have to be careful, okay? Economics, I cannot tell a person that has no money to buy supplements, so we need to work with food. You guys got to be aware of all these things. Goals, I want to gain weight, lose weight. What do I want to do? Disease state, if you have freaking diabetes, you cannot have carbohydrates all the damn time. Now, are there people that cannot have proteins? Yes, there's something called maple syrup disease. I know you guys have never heard of that, but I see those cases in my office. I've been eating proteins and getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and those people cannot have supplements. They cannot have protein shakes. They cannot have that. There's also something called protein enterocolitis. Happens on babies or younger age. And when the babies or the children eat a lot of high protein because they got good parents, and they screw up with the bacteria in their gut and messes up. I got 20 minutes. I hurry up. Season. Okay. I love this. In freaking Ohio here, okay, if you go outside right now, where can you fucking pick a fruit? You can't. But what do we do in Christmas? Cookies and sweets. Well, we cannot do that. That's when you don't eat sugars. You need to flip that. Now, in summer, there are fruits, there's everything outside because you're going to be active. That's when you want to eat sugars, carbohydrates. Freaking enjoy it. Oh, but I want to look for the beach. Man, in the freaking summer, I will eat 10 pounds of ice cream you put in front of me. Who give a shit? I'm going to have a good time. Live life. Enjoy it. Okay? Now, on the winter, don't be eating sugar because you will become a fat lard ass. Okay? Location. If you live in Arizona, you can have oranges and grapefruits and everything. Now, you can do it now. Here, you can't have that. So location. Genetics. Of course, they play an important role. Like he showed pictures of it. I don't even need to talk about it. Age. Can I give the same things that I give a freaking young guy, old guy? No, you gotta experiment with those people. They're totally different. Children, girls versus boys. Okay, if you're a woman and you have a baby girl, your breast milk makes more carbohydrates. If you have a baby boy, your breast milk makes more fat. I wonder why. Okay. Religion. If I tell an Indian person not to eat meat, what do they tell me? Okay, so you have to be careful. I got to take all these into consideration. Now, goals, be smart, okay, or smarter. That's on the slide right there. Just read it. I'm not going to read that. What the hell? There we go. Okay, I got Jesus here on my corner, so, okay, that's how I save the world. Okay, if you have questions, there's a phone number supposed to appear, but it didn't. Any question, guys, or anything that I talked about? I tried to make it fun and fast so you guys can ask questions. Any questions about anything? Go ahead.
If you get enough, say like creatine and BCAAs from Whole Foods, like vegan stuff, is it worth it to supplement on top of that?
Let me repeat the question. If I get enough creatine and BCAA from my food, is supplementing makes a difference? I hate to admit it, but for performance it does. For health issues, no. The amount of science behind branched-chain amino acids is so fantastic and so much that I cannot negate it. Now, I'm going to give myself credit for something. I was the first person ever to put branched-chain amino acids in a container. I did it with taurine and glutamine. And the reason I did it was at that time I was spending a lot of money just buying quantities of stuff to see what will happen on the system. Depending on the ratios, depending on what happens, it can make a massive difference on recovery. And for you guys to know, branched-chain amino acids, the reason you don't need as much sugar is because you take branched-chain amino acids before a workout, they can be either glucogenic or ketogenic. So they can become sugar or fats, and they work really fast. Another way is branched-chain amino acids don't help you gain fat weight, but it allow you to keep your lean body mass. It prevents muscle breakdown. Branched-chain amino acids do not help you gain size. I'm going to say this right now. Ooh, they're going to attack me. No. Branched-chain amino acids do not help you gain size directly, but it prevents you from muscle breakdown, so eventually helps you gain size. So for health purposes, absolutely not. It does not do anything extra for you. For performance issues, yes. Okay. Question? Yes.
I came in a little late, so you may have touched on it, but when you were talking about changing the macros every 2 weeks, can you expand on that from more of a micro level, because you need to change the foods too.
Yes.
You could use the same foods, but just change the macros.
Okay.
So can you expand on that?
Dave asked me to expand on the macronutrient content of the diet. When I say change, macronutrient will be protein, fats, and carbohydrates. You guys know that. Foods. I have the enjoyment, I guess, to work with a lot of stupid bodybuilders, okay? Is John Meadows here yet? No, okay. But, you know, this is what bodybuilders eat. What did you eat today? For breakfast, I had chicken. For lunch, chicken. For dinner, chicken. For snack, chicken. What the fuck? Okay. You can't do that. This is how the body was meant to be. I'll go hunting. This is before supermarkets and when we used to have to work. We go hunting. We catch a deer today, right? But then we eat and stuff our faces as much as we can. We dig a hole, save what we can, and we go hunting again because we need to feed ourselves. But this time a deer is too fat. We can grab it, and we got a freaking turkey. And we eat a turkey. Or we wouldn't grab anything for 24 hours or 2 days. So we have to eat a little almond that was on the floor or pick a little fruit. Got it? We didn't have agriculture then. So the question, to answer Dave's question, yes, you need to change your macronutrients, but you should also change your food source. So if for 2 weeks you want to eat fucking chicken, fine by me, but then change it to buffalo, change it to bacon, or something like that. Okay, for example, for me today, my breakfast, and I have witnesses here, I have 6 pieces of bacon with, my coffee is like this big, right? This much cream, half a stick of butter, like, and I'm not lying, half a stick of butter, okay, and coffee. So it's almost, my diet is about 60% fat. And I look younger and much better than Dave Tate, by the way. So I want to tell you that. And I'm way older than Dave, by the way. Baltimore is freaking ancient, but I'm 54, so I'm not that way behind. But I'm saying you guys have to change the macronutrients. You also have to change the quality of your food. You have to absolutely rotate. Okay, questions? There was 2 more questions. I saw two more. Go ahead.
For type 1 diabetics, how many units of insulin would you consider maximum?
Okay, for type 1 diabetics, how many units? Okay, everybody is different, woman, man, child. Okay, also it's activity dependent. If I have a diabetic patient that is very active, I'm going to need less insulin. Now, I'm going to answer this question based, I have a lot of athletes that are either fitness, bodybuilders, or people that come to the office that have diabetes, tons. If you want to lose weight, and you're taking more than 25 units a day, it's going to be very, very hard. So your goal is total amount of insulin for a person that wants to lose weight, that is diabetic, 25 units is the top. Now, to gain weight, you can use insulin to gain weight. And I won't talk about that, but you can use it as in many ways. Question?
How important is it to rotate your fat ratios for hypertrophy?
How important is to rotate your fat ratios for hypertrophy? I don't think rotating fats is as important. I think the amount of fat, rotation, quantity. So I will use Spencer. Is Spencer here? Spencer, how much fat do you think you'll eat? This is a guy, okay, remember I hate bodybuilders. And Spencer is a bodybuilder, so I hate him a little. So when I met Spencer, Spencer was in my house, my office, saying that I'm gaining size, right? Okay, he was eating 420 grams of protein a day. Woo, right? Big freaking deal. True or false, Spencer? So I told Spencer, I don't want you eating protein, forget it. And he goes, what? How much protein did I make you go down to?
100 grams.
200? 100 grams, and how much fat did I make you go up to? I said, you're going to limit your amount of grams of proteins to only 100. And I'm going to give you fat. And I said, and when I'm talking about fat, if you go take a shit, start eating fat, right? If you go anywhere, you eat fat, fat, fat. How much fat were you eating then?
300-400 grams.
This guy has maximum his size. He was eating between 600 and 900 grams of fat. How much weight did you put on?
20 pounds.
20 pounds. And I wasn't doing nothing. I just changed the ratios. So, you have to do that. Now, there's a difference between saturated fat, monosaturated fat, and polyunsaturated fat. If this allows me, I will go ahead and give a lecture because they're different. But people tell you not to eat saturated fats. I partially agree. If you inject an animal or you give something to an animal, the animal has, okay, let's talk about women because they're more complicated. Women have 3 ways, and I don't understand women either, by the way. I agree with Bori. Women have 3 ways to get rid of toxins. You pee it out, you shit it out, okay, or what? Or you sweat it out, or you cry it out sometimes. Those are the 4 ways that a woman will get rid of toxins. Well, the animals are the same, but if your body gets overwhelmed with toxins, like when we give injections of hormones, antibiotics, the body cannot get rid of it. So what it has to do is convert it to the fastest thing it can do is store it somewhere. And where's the largest storage in your body? Fat cells, right? So here we're eating an animal that has a lot of toxins on it. And what happens when you buy that nice steak? It has fat on it. The saturated fat is where they put those toxins. It's not that the fat is bad for you. It's what's inside of those fats. So if you're telling me I'm eating saturated fat, but from a good source, go for it. I have no limit on saturated fat. I eat butter. Actually, I have a friend here from Ireland that we're hungry, and I stop at a place in Ireland, and the butter in Ireland is all organic. So I say, can I have a stick of butter? And they look at me like, what? So here I am eating a stick of butter and walking away. Where's Robbie? Robbie, is it true or false? Yep. It's true. I have a stick of butter, no carbohydrates, and I walk away. Of course, you look like a freaking weirdo, but that's okay. Who gives a shit?